And Jay-Z, how he orchestrated the business part of it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and you definitely it definitely like shows in your music. It's like you definitely business minded. You very aware of like what's going on. You know what I'm saying? How'd you get the introduction to like that business side of the industry? Because some people think it's only rap.
Yeah, a lot of people only think it's only rap, but it was really when I went to college. Like I didn't know much about the business side before college. It really was just only recording music. Like, oh, let's record as much music as we can and then put it out, and that was it. You know, went to college though. Learned first. I went to NCCC. I learned the live sound aspect of it, and that's what really got me where I am now. As far as like in my church, I run the board. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I would say secondary assistant on the board. Mo Badger's like the main man, but I run it when he directing praise and worship. But that's what got me into that. But then after NCCC, I went to Fredonia for the business of music, and that's really where I learned how everything operates. So Fredonia really taught me how, like, it basically gave me like an intro to it. It wasn't like they didn't teach me everything. You gotta learn most of that on your own for real.
Yeah,
because the culture changes, bro, so much, especially with technology now. But it gave me an introduction to it. So I always wanted to just be more than an artist, but when I was starting, I didn't know how. You know what I'm saying? So Fredonia really taught me the business of the introduced me to the business of it.
Nah, that's tough. And so then you got Untouched Talents.
Yes, sir.
So how would you describe it for somebody who's maybe never heard of it?
We are a entertainment company that creates opportunities for artists. Like, we started out as an LLC, mostly the record label. When I started in 21, it was just like, I'm doing music. I've always helped other people, with their businesses and like record labels and things. So I'm like, if I can help somebody else, I can start my own.
For sure.
I started as a record label, and then like that was in August, and then that December of 21 is when I hosted my first like showcase. And I do that because it wasn't really like, it wasn't nothing like what we doing now. It was just, I was the DJ. I was playing the music off my computer. I was the host. I was everything. I put everything together, like all that.
One man.
Bro, my wife helped me with the flyer, and I had a bunch of artists. Like, it was like 15 to 17 artists on it, on the show. And it went terrible. Let's just say that. In my eyes, it went terrible, bro. Like, some of the music wasn't downloading, because a lot of artists pull up and they don't send their music beforehand, which I'm sure you experienced.
Yeah.
Don't send their music beforehand. All of the notifications you put out about sending your music beforehand didn't reach them or whatever. So went through that, and downloading the music, awkward moments of silence and things like that. Shut down the show a little early because pretty much all the artists that was there ended up performing and stuff, and then there was some artists at the end of the ticket that end up coming late, like towards the end of the show. I'm thinking they're not going to show up at this point. So everybody skating, venue like, all right, yo, we shutting it down, and then the artists end up showing up, and I'm like, bro,
I can't help you, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do for you, but I'll give you your refund. You feel me? That's all I could do for you, bro. Everybody end up skating. We didn't already shut it down. It's over. So I learned a lot from it, but it was like, in my eyes, a terrible first show. But to other people, they like, bro, it was a great time, and that started the Untouched experience, bro. Like, all the shows, I ain't gonna say everything is great, but mostly people have a great experience, and that's what I really care about.
Right.
Is what you experience when you here. Did you have a great time? Was it worth your investment?
For sure. Most of them were at Compound when y'all was on Seneca. Or?
We had 2 at the Compound.
Okay.
And that was towards like our first one. We just like, we was debating if we was gonna even have it there. We like, should we do it out here? Like, we weighed the pros and cons and stuff, and like, the biggest thing was that we was already had an office space there, so we didn't have to pay for a venue. Boom. That saved us some funds. And then we just like, let's just see what it is. We did the first one. It went well. And then we like, all right, let's double back for the second one, and then just go somewhere else for our last one that we usually go out at the end of the year. So Yeah, both of them went well. We had our problems and stuff, but it went well. And our second show there was kind of like a final goodbye for the struggle out there.
Yeah.
So before they moved to the current location, so it was dope. You know what I'm saying? It was like the going away party. We stayed there that month a little longer because of the showcase. So it was dope at the time.
Word. You still working out of there or no?
Nah, I end up getting my office space out of there just to really focus on what my business is doing. You know what I'm saying? We had some other things going on. But mostly just to focus on my business and really like be there for my family. Like my children and my wife. You know what I'm saying? Really had to, get things together. And,
Oh yeah, gotta keep the family
for
first.
sure.
You know
I make sure my family's straight.
Dope. So when's you have any upcoming shows and stuff like that going on?
We working on it. Like I said, things kind of been a little crazy this year. We usually would have had our second showcase already, but each year we got different obstacles. Not the same as last year. So we navigating through things right now, and I'm trying to but I'm working on a different business structure right now that'll be more successful for where we heading. So we working on a new showcase coming up right now. That's going to be end of the year. We probably do just one more this year. Because like I said, I'm trying to focus on other things, but we definitely going to have another one coming soon.
Yeah, I want to say the first one I think I was at was Electric City.
Electric City.
Yeah. How was your experience there? Because
the experience
some
was great, bro. The experience was great. As far as like working with Electric City, you know what I'm saying, getting to know the staff and even like Showtime when we was up in there, bro, it was a great experience. You know what I'm saying? It was our biggest venue. It was our most expensive show. And the experience was great. Learned a lot from it, lost a lot from it. As far as financial wise, I invested a lot into that. It was a lot of other events going on at the time. We had if it was a smaller venue, we had a decent turnout. It was dope. We had more people in attendance than we usually had and things like that. But for that venue, it wasn't the turnout that we expected. Definitely and it definitely was a hit because we invested a lot in the marketing just alone. You know what I'm saying? And we was on the radio with it. We had a radio interview. We had a commercial running on the radio. Had a commercial running on the news. We went on the news. We had flyers out. We was putting flyers out all across the town, and we invested a lot in marketing, but it just wasn't it. But Electric City is valid, bro. I could pull up to anybody's show for free. You know what I'm saying? I'm close with the guy that orchestrates all the shows there. So I shoot him a text. He told me like, yo, you pull up to any show, just let me know.
Hey. Okay. Out to the paper, the grass is always greener. I don't do no labels, I call it how I see it. Out to the paper, the grass is always greener. I don't do no labels, I call it how I see it.